Yeah, Elliott's got standards. Good. Thank God you're here to lead us, Elyott.
Yeah, you dumbasses would be playing recorders on here. You guys would be Yeah, you guys should start a recorder harmonica band called.
Are we recording? We should be recording.
We're recording, but we're not started.
Okay. I think this
You ready?
is the best part.
All hail the leader. Elyott, please lead us in this intro.
Oh, thank you. Welcome to another episode of the Ill Informers. I'm here with my best bud, Darren Miller, and this other fucker face, Nash Park.
I am nothing but a follower to the leader.
I'm glad you finally admit it, Nash.
Yeah, I think it's important for me I'm starting to really try and be honest with myself. And I think that starts with myself and then it's going to bleed into our relationship. So Elyott, praise be to you. Darren, it's over, buddy. Sorry.
What? I was waiting for some more praise to come around for me.
No cardigan, no praise. I think
we can only have one follower. There's no co-followers. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to switch it up. No Cardi. No Cardi B.
You look good. You look slimmer. Have you been quick fast or something?
Yeah. I've been throwing up after every meal. It works a dream. No, I started running, which I hate running.
Oh.
Does anyone actually like running?
I like running.
Only people who used to do cocaine seem to like running.
I'm a leader, so I like running. I was just, I'm just a natural pack leader. So
yeah, top
running. You're not leading the pack. You're running from people who want to kill you, Elyott. That's the
or away from your problems.
Yeah, I put the light in flight and I run. You have to know what you're good at,
Fleeing.
Yeah.
Elliott's good at fleeing.
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick. If we can just touch on this
with Elyott and his leadership skills.
Yeah, no, Elliott's leadership skills are, lacking. But that's not what I'm very angry at Nash from the last episode. After you talked about washing leg, we had the leg wash not wash debate.
Oh yeah.
And I discovered myself washing my legs in the shower, and I'm not happy about it. But I get that loofah in my hand, and then it just enters into my. I'm like, oh no! Now I've got to wash my legs too.
Did years of soot and Sydney dust just fall off?
Yeah, it was black. It just the water flowed off the corns, the dirty corns and toenails of my feet, and swirled down the drain.
Well, that's great. Congratulations.
I washed my legs, and then at the end I was like, fuck this. There was no difference. I checked. I did a double check. I was like, my legs, I got like a, one of those, like a swab, and I swabbed before and I swabbed after. I sent them off to a lab. They did an analysis. They came back, no difference.
And you're like, this
is you're getting gaslit by Nash as far as the leg washing goes. Quit gaslighting us, Nash.
Why? I don't know. We already talked about this, but why wash it?
I don't know
just wash your hair and it'll trickle down. So
I don't know what gaslighting even means. What does that even mean?
I think it's
people have been using it so often, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. It means you're just like you're pushing it forward.
I read about it in an Archie comic once. Archie tried to gaslight Veronica into thinking that she was getting taller by shortening everything in the house, all the tables and chairs. And that's where I first came across it 2 weeks ago when I was reading an Archie comic on the toilet. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that word has only been around for a couple weeks, right? A couple months.
I think so. I don't think it's based on an old movie or anything.
I've never learned a single thing from an Archie comic, so God bless
really?
Darren. Yeah, I don't.
Oh. Archie is amazing. I get such a soft fondness for nostalgia for Archie. They've been making that comic for like 197 years. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle did a whole bunch of storylines in Archie back in the 1860s.
Right before Conan, right? He did Conan. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. Sir Arthur
late night
Conan
show.
Doyle was a writer on Conan, the television
The
program.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Conan's actual name
never-
wasn't Conan. He changed it in honor of.
I never liked Archie. I always got anxious about the two-timing aspect of it. That always stressed me out.
I think the one thing that I found very frustrating about it was I didn't care about that, but the fact that, I mean, Archie could never see that clearly Betty was so much better than Veronica. Veronica was just a horrible, awful person, and he just couldn't. I didn't understand. I'm like, Betty is so nice. She's so kind. But he just couldn't. And I think, was that a thing back in the 50s? They used to, he's after the money, gold digger. I don't know. That was that's all I grew up in the unwoke 60s. So that was the comics we read. I think Archie nowadays is considered very problematic, but I don't know.
Why is it problematic?
It's just
Because
all
they're
white
all white?
people. Yeah, exactly.
There are towns where there's just all white people. A lot of Canadian towns.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It does happen. It's not like it's like
terrorists.
Not. I don't want to talk about this, but yeah, no,
Yes,
it's
we don't have to talk about this.
There are a lot of white people in Terrace.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
And that was the same. I grew up in Summerland, and it was. I was talking with a buddy of mine about this. He lives in Montreal now. Pretty ethnically diverse neighborhood, but he's like, yeah, man. He's like, we had a couple of people from India in our class, and that was it. And then like one dude, Justin Jung, and his family owned the Chinese restaurant in
Shut
town.
out. Just shut out.
Shut out, Justin. Yeah. So that was there was not a lot of diversity in the town. It was just a lot of shades of British Isles.
I think that's pretty natural. Like when people come over here from other.
Whoa.
But no, I'm saying when people arrive in a new country, they don't want to go to like a shit town like Terrace. They want to go to the big city.
Yeah, that's where the opportunity is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say to open up a 7-Eleven, but
maybe just put that one in your pocket for later.
I said it.
What
a leader does.
Episode for the vault.
That's right. So, the also too, I'm a little disappointed in Nash as well. That's two bones. What's the plural of bones? Bone-ease? That's two bones I have to pick with.
I think bones will also suffice.
Okay. With Nash.
What do you call more than one bone? Honey?
Both octopies.
What do you call them?
I didn't know if it was boons.
No, it goes bone and then bones.
Okay, not boons.
You're already in the plural.
Okay.
And then
I'm not...
stop. You're an idiot. That's the next version.
I'm not sure how
scissor
works.
Scissors is singular, but it's not scissor is sing.
Scissors?
Yeah. Bones
Okay.
and scissors are very different. One bone is just a bone.
What's one scissor? A scissor. Okay, anyways. Nash, it was last Sunday.
Your nose is bleeding. Sorry.
Do you smell toast?
Can you even eat toast?
I can't eat toast. I need to just have bread, soft bread. My teeth will shatter on impact.
I haven't eaten toast in years. Oh my god.
Sorry, what's the second bone of one of two bones?
Okay, the second bone is that we recorded last Sunday and you didn't say anything, and then it had to be Facebook told me the next day it was your birthday. Come on.
Oh, but it was my birthday on the Monday.
Yeah, but you could have said, hey guys. Aren't you like one of those girls who celebrates her birthday? Like, I get 2 weeks before my birthday, then my birthday day I peak, and then I get 2 weeks after my birthday to birthday come down.
It's a month. Birthday.
That's right. No, I just thought you might be like, oh, by the way, it's my birthday. I'm going to the Oak Bay Beach Hotel with my old lady, and we're going to swim in the ocean.
Yeah, birthdays I always find, at least the last couple of years, weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a hair. It's like a haircut. It's not I don't get me wrong. I love attention, and that's really all I want all the time. But I want it on my terms. So when birthdays are like haircuts. When you get a haircut, everybody's always like, "Oh, haircut! Hey!" And then you're like, "Yes, haircut," and that's all. So birthdays,
Same thing.
same thing.
Are you sort of off birthdays now that you're getting older too? What did you turn? Did you turn? I have no idea how old you are. You could be like, I'm 22, and I would be like passable. You could also be like, I'm 58, and I'd be like, yes, he's
Thank
50.
you.
You're ageless.
Yeah. Does that happen when you get into your 70s? That you can't tell.
Yeah. People are like, you're either 69 or you're
can't
either
even-
84.
Yeah. It's just
You're just a giant blur, so I can't tell how blurry how age this blurry is.
I am 31. Yeah. And yes, you're correct. That's too old for doing a podcast like this.
Do you feel differently? Are you a birthday, I'm going to renew my pledges to better myself person, or are you a New Year's Day, I'm going to better myself person?
Or are you even trying to better yourself? Is that what he's trying to ask?
It's every day is a failure. Does that answer your question? No, I'm not much for New Year's resolutions or birthday resolutions.
That is like a good half point. Like New Year's, and then now your birthday's like halfway through the year.
Yeah,
But-
I'm trying to subscribe to the philosophy of, instead of doing a big fast or like, some sort of super cleanse where you just shit and don't eat for 6 days, just dial it back 15%. Get used to that, then dial it back another 5%.
Like, you mean the celebration?
No, I just mean as far as resolutions go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, until you just have none.
Until I have none.
Negative resolutions.
Yes.
That's
He doesn't like cutting it like cold turkey. He prefers like a cold fowl or something. You start small, and then you work your way up to a cold chicken.
Possibly a wounded crow.
That's
Then you because I find if you go right for the whole turkey, you fail and you bounce back so hard. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You bounce back so hard.
You're eating a hot turkey sandwich on Monday.
Yeah, and then you're shoving something up your ass on Tuesday. It just doesn't. It never goes well for me.
Well, there's nothing quite so sweet and savory as the taste of failure, don't I find? Is it good?
It's an acquired taste that I have acquired over these 31 years. And it usually culminates in some sort of podcast or something. Yeah.
So I have another question, birthday related question, just because my son had his birthday in the middle of April.
You sure?
And
it seemed like
I know, I was like, and when did he have his birthday? How old is he? And
I have a son.
He never visits me. And I post a picture of his cake, and then someone was shit talking his birthday cake. He actually
Rosa was shit talking his birthday.
Hey,
was Rosa shit talking his birthday cake?
Yeah, Rosa was. She's like, what kind of fucking cake is that? But then actually I was like, it's not actually a cake. I don't know. My son requested lemon bars for his birthday, which is like, I'm like, what 15-year-old requests lemon bars? But then his buddy's like, I'd like a pumpkin pie for my birthday. But so weird for like, usually boys are just like chocolate cake. I want all the ice cream, or Dairy Queen ice cream cake. What'd you have, Nash, what's your birthday confectionery?
Well, I don't really eat much sugar anymore, so I didn't have anything.
Because you're so old, and it messes with your diabetes.
Because
you're not gonna have legs to wash pretty soon. You keep it up.
That's the idea. You know what I'm gonna do with all this money I save on soap, on body wash?
Those thighs are breeding ground for gout.
Yeah. Among other things. Like what? I don't know. Nothing funny, that's for sure. What was the question?
I
didn't do cake. We did. I said no cake because I'm not going to eat it, but I told everybody else at the dinner to bring cake so they could all eat it on my behalf. And then they didn't. And then we went and got coconut. There's this ice cream that's very low in sugar and no dairy. But
sound-
I did, and this is gonna make me really sad that I'm so excited about this. I did get ice cream cones, and then we ate the ice cream on ice cream cones, which I haven't done in quite some time. And then I ate 3 ice cream cones a day until the ice cream was gone.
Oh yeah, ice cream. I'll get a tub of ice cream, a bucket of ice cream, put it in the fridge in the morning, and by nighttime, it's just you just keep chipping away, chipping away at it all. I'll just have another just a spoonful because I'm such a dainty little fella. But then by the end of the day, you got
Nothing
an
like
empty tub.
taking me off my ice cream leash. Then it's my birthday, and this ice cream is so hard and unfun that I like the first time I put it on the cone exploded, like turned to dust.
Like the worst ice cream shop worker just what happened to all these
Just covered in.
You also have to be
dust.
careful with coconut based. Was it coconut based?
Yeah.
Coconut based ice cream melts so fast. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it's like as soon as like a little bit of heat hits it, just like
Yeah,
it's a puddle.
barely-
You gotta. It's
mostly oil.
barely whip. Yeah.
mostly coconut oil. Is that have you guys been to the Cooks up near Logan's?
Get it out.
Takes me a while to put thoughts together. There's an ice cream shop up near Logan's,
Yes.
which is really amazing.
Yeah.
I
What
don't know
makes
if
it
they're-
amazing?
I think just the fact that they do those cool hipster flavors. They do like lavender and choke cherry and those kinds of weird ice cream flavors.
She does this one called Bad Medicine that I have had when one time I was sick and it cured me. It's like oil of oregano ice cream.
Oh my god.
Oh, that shit's horrible.
But
Oh my
I ate a little bowl of it and I felt
That's like did it taste like pizza or like
Oh.
bad pizza?
no, it's like it was they put a lot. She puts the whole bucket in there. Like there's a lot.
It is. It is this. Like I've taken it, and it does work.
But why
apparently,
would
like,
you? Oh,
It's
Because
not.
it
It's
reacted
not
like,
like
I described a child's death.
that's terrible. That's
It
like
is.
you ever get food poisoning and you can never eat the thing again? That's like ruining ice cream.
But it doesn't even
That's
taste. Have you
sauerkraut.
had it before, Elyott? The oil of oregano.
Yeah, I work at a health food store, Darren.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
I had oil oregano?
Every
it's on
lunch
the fucking
break.
bottle.
It's.
I got yeah.
But it's not like a nice hint of oregano that you would have on a pizza. It's like
It's like
pureed grass clippings, concentrated grass clipping flavor. It's disgusting.
it's like what I imagine the president of Italy's balls taste like.
Oh, keep talking. Now you're making it sound okay.
Yeah, there are worse things for your balls to taste like.
Like what?
What's
What's the worst? What's the worst pair of balls you've tasted, Nash? Come on.
Like just off the top of my head, like pukey asphalt, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Like fish, like old fish. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I'm sure if this podcast had a taste, it wouldn't be that great.
It just tastes like old dungarees. Is that an underwear company?
I don't know. You said it. I'm
Old
starting to get
dungarees.
concerned.
I feel like Darren was from like the 1850s, and like 10 years ago,
You
he
had a week to
teleported
catch up.
forward. Yeah.
Somebody gave him an iPad and like, you got a week to catch up.
Here's her cardigan and go. And your son comes up. He's like, "Can we have lemon bars?" He's like, "That's not the dessert most people get." But it's the one I'm familiar with.
Try to blend in. Dairy cream ice cream cake.
No, Darren made the lemon bars instead of a cake because he's not.
Did it hurt you when your son came up to you and he's like lemon bars instead of cake? Like he came out of the
No, I
lemon
don't.
bar closet.
It's like I'm like, why can't you be more like Jerry down the street? Chocolate cake.
You need a cake like a normal man.
No, I think
What
it's-
next? What are you gonna ask for next? You know, like an upside down cake. What the fuck is this?
Apple.
Slippery slope.
Then we'll have lemon fluff, and then you'll be licking the bowl.
I think it's just very,
In
very
public, it's fine. We can have lemon bars. I just don't want to watch you eat it. You know?
Take it to your room.
Yeah. Why do they have to? Why do I got to eat it in public, right in front of me? I have my whole family's here. Not my house.
They come out with white fluff all over the face.
It's disgusting. This clearly says in this Bible verse, birthday cake, chocolate cake, white chocolate cake.
For a Protestant household.
I did not have an appropriate amount of shame, evidently, against the lemon bars.
I've asked for a pumpkin pie for birthday before. I'm a pumpkin pie guy. That's what it is.
Well,
I'm not. That's just who I am. And
your birthday's in April. You have a
Yeah.
pumpkin pie in April?
that's why it's a request. It's not. I'm not just gonna go buy. That's why you have to ask for it because it's not just a.
They don't even have those in stores. That's like such a hard like. At
You ever
that
tried to
time.
make a pumpkin pie? It's brutal.
it's easy.
No,
make a
because
bunch-
I've tried it and then I look at the instructions and it says bake for 3 hours and I'm like, I'm out.
What?
I
I thought you just pour the whatever pumpkin pie pudding mix into a pie shell. Done. Let it
No,
set.
then you
Put
have
it
to
in the
do
fridge.
a bunch of other shit and then you have to bake it for at least well over 90 minutes. It's a long time. I don't really now I'm not my confidence is wavering. But I remember being
it's
like,
like 20 minutes. Come on. I'm never gonna get that 20 minutes back.
I will wait at least an hour and then it's well over an hour and then I'm out and then I'm bummed.
I like Nash. I think you're getting your pumpkin pie recipe from the Anarchist Cookbook. That's what it sounds like. Just very put a bunch of nails in it too and a wick and light it on fire.
And deliver it to somewhere.
I think pumpkin pie is good, but it is. I think Nash likes to probably do it as a challenge. Like, how much do you love me? I would like a pumpkin pie for my birthday. It's April. It's like, and I'm waiting.
A Peruvian pumpkin pie made from the most delicate.
That's right.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you guys
the only
you guys
worst
pumpkin
thing-
or apple? Sorry, go ahead, Elyott.
I think
Like
the only
birthday
thing worse you
curly
could the only thing worse you could request would be like a pecan pie. Can you go spend $200 on a pie for me? Yeah, but you can't get a present. You have no present. It's just a pecan pie.
That's all you get, a slice of. The pecan pie, I got one from the Red Barn, was quite, it sounds like an old person pie, like lemon bars or pumpkin pie.
It is. It's because it is.
It was delicious.
Only old people can afford it.
Only an old person. I take all my money out of Bitcoin and suck it into pecan pie.
Are pecans more expensive? I'm not aware of nut prices.
Well, all nuts are pretty expensive, but pecans are on the middle to high range.
Right. And as far as
They're-
pies
They're
go,
below
pecans are more than apples, obviously. That makes sense.
Pistachio is expensive.
way more than apples. Apples are dirt cheap compared to pecans. What? Pistachios are middle. No, pistachios have come down in price.
We've got
Pistachios
the
You're
expert.
gonna
been
do it
What's-
yourself.
lowering.
You got to do half the work. They save it. What you save in labor, you save in cost.
What you save in labor, you get in dental bills from your cracked ass teeth from trying to split open the pistachio shell.
Macadamias are the top one. Macadamias, and then it goes, pecans,
How come they don't make other
filberts.
nut pies, like a cashew? Like, what's so great about
Just-
what? There's no walnut pies, What's up with that?
Because walnuts are gross.
What's the deal with those cashew
What's up with-
pies?
What's up with that?
I would love a macadamia nut pie.
Pies. No cashew pies. What's up with that?
Is the macadamians? They're the expensive ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I think
from, like, they're harder to grow. They only grow in like Hawaii or like Australia.
I bet I was on a macadamia nut farm in Australia, and the way they pick them, they don't pick them up off of trees. They just have giant vacuums that suck the nuts up off the ground.
Like they're Dr. Seuss.
You're
Just
like,
Yeah, exactly. And they get tree shakers go around, just shake the tree, and then vacuum the nuts up off the.
Yeah, I used to be a baby shaker, but then I moved over here and I started to diversify my skill set. Now I can shake trees as well.
It's interesting. Where'd you get that accent in Australia?
Right. Yeah.
I'm from Yeah.
You guys apple or pumpkin pie guys?
I like apple crumble all day, every day. Apple crumble, throw in some blueberries.
Oh wait, I'm
Boom.
sorry, Darren. That wasn't the fucking question. Did I?
I prefer apple. Apple's way better. But
Well, now
I
is
can't-
it a crumble or a
can't-
pie? I don't know what the fuck we're talking about now. Jesus Christ.
prefer an apple strudel. I like the apple strudel. Do you like?
You know, I like it when they cover the apples in caramel and then you put it on a stick and you can walk around. I like it when that happens. What's a pumpkin?
I'm trying to give you some context to my pie crumble game.
Can you take this pie and like pre-chew it for me and then put it in a bowl? I'm sorry.
That's the
Dan, I love you.
applesauce.
It's applesauce.
I think I'm apple pie, but I haven't had pie in years because I have gluten free. Gluten free pie is not. They're not good. They're not good.
I hated that sentence.
They must make. And so the gluten free stuff. What do they just use?
It's a crumble. Here we are back at it. Okay.
Crumble.
Okay.
I told you. I knew we were going to get there. I was just trying to make a path from A to B and just fucking. Crumble is good. Crumble is good.
Oh. I like going and picking wild blackberries, and then you mix some blackberries with the apples, and you supplement it with free fruit from the wild.
Oh, so good. This just turned into
foraging. Hey guys, have you ever picked up mushrooms off the ground? Pretty good. You just pop them in there. It doesn't matter which kind. Just get them while they're hot.
I got very excited when I found a foraging app a few years ago.
You foraged for the foraging app. You're like
I did.
picking through the apps. Like, oh, what's this?
This is when it took me back to the 1850s when we used to have to forage everything.
You can only forage within your Wi-Fi distance, though. You gotta boost that Wi-Fi.
Like walking around. What are you doing? You're trying to get a signal? No, I'm trying to find blackberries.
What did the foraging app do? What was it?
Well, all the people go in and put where they can, like blackberries you can find them anywhere, but then also like apples, there was hops, asparagus, like things like that. People just tag where you could find that shit, and then you could just drive around the island. And
that sounds like a good way to murder people who forage. Which sounds like a good idea. I thought foragers were really territorial. Like I know in Terrace there's a lot of mushroom picking, and mushroom pickers they will not. They have their spots they go to, and they do not tell anybody, and they make sure like there's like drama where you get followed.
Yeah.
And I've heard
Stabbed.
things where people are losing, or like people are being followed in the forest and like going through swamps to try and lose them, and then get back to their spot.
But you could get a lot of money for those pine mushrooms, or like whatever, like $500 an ounce. It's like that's big coin.
Well, they vary in price. I think right now they're not that expensive, but at one point they were like quite a bit.
No, this is like for fun foraging. This is like foraging that young
Impossible.
families do.
You can't do it for fun. It's impossible. Sorry.
That doesn't sound. You're like, I like to forage. Oh, look, save on foods. There's a produce section I can
that
forage
sounds
here.
like something Dad likes to do when he drinks outside. Let's go look for yeah, you can eat dandelions. Let's go. I got this app. Here you go.
Stinging nettle. Yeah, get it.
Let's make a tea or something.
It just sounds like the foraging app would be like, hey, I found some mushrooms. I grabbed them all.
They're gone.
They're all gone. But I found them. Next year, maybe you could look there. But I'll probably look there first. So
look there first.
Do you feel confident enough in your mushroom skills, Elyott, to eat mushrooms you find out in the woods?
Depends the kind, yeah.
Depends the kind.
Well, some mushrooms are very easy to identify, and they don't have any poisonous ones that look like them. So you'd be able to pretty easily, like the morel. This guy, he only has one other mushroom that looks like him.
And it's called the death
your
cap.
dick? Oh.
Or your dick, which is also, the death cap is also the nickname
It does.
for Elliott's dick.
The one that does look like this, it does make you shit out your insides. Your insides come out, and then
you do die.
Your liver turns to liquid, and you vomit that out.
I heard a liquid liver is actually more beneficial.
You just keep
it's
your
good.
liver.
I read that on Reddit. I think I read that.
Was it on the foraging app?
Yeah, it was in a long thread to do with.
Have you guys ever eaten something that you found in the wild?
Yes.
Pussy.
I know. I went immediately there and was like, no, don't say that. Say pussy. No, don't say that either. Is there a better word? No.
So besides pussy, Nash, what have you eaten out of the wild?
Oh well, berries.
Yeah.
You know. Hi, if you're just tuning in, welcome back to the world's worst podcast.
This is
Yeah, one time I ate a strawberry that was in a garden, and then somebody got mad at me because they're like, "Don't eat those because there's only so many of them." And then rhubarb, which is never as good as I think it's gonna be, and I eat it, and I'm like, "This needs some sugar or some pecans or some sort of crumble."
That needs to be carried by strawberries. You know, like Darren is the rhubarb of this podcast.
I won't disagree.
And just won't die. You're like, this is still here.
It comes back every year, but
hey, you know what? They couldn't handle 3 strawberries. You need some rhubarb in there to, to balance it out.
You had a little tartness. Thanks, Darren.
Right. Yeah, I remember you could peel rhubarb like a cheese string, and that was sold to me as a kid, being like, "This is fun." And then you eat it, and you're like, "This fucking sucks." Can I have a cheese string?
Why do people eat rhubarb then?
Some people like sour.
Yeah.
I was like James Bond.
My wife likes to dip it in sugar. As a kid, she would dip it in sugar, then eat it.
I think that's. Yeah.
You need
just a sugar delivery system.
It's what do you call it? The crazy stick, or what is it? The nature's
like a dipstick.
Dipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite good.
Yeah, you can do that. Well, they put
of all the wait, Nash, you shit on us, but all the podcasts that riff on foraging, I think we pulled that off.
Yeah, we're definitely in the top 5, which is great because there's only 3. So
of all the foraging riffs on a comedy podcast, I think we're up there, man.
I do like I like
not as good as the comedy riffs on a foraging podcast, but pretty close.
Like, I think we should get deeper into foraging.
Like maybe jokes or content, or maybe we should look into methods of mass 3-person suicide, or
is that what it just 2 more? It's a murder suicide. 3 is a mass.
Yeah,
suicide.
maybe we can forge 1 bullet if we put our heads together. We can.
Do they have rhubarb Kool-Aid? Does anybody know if they have rhubarb Kool-Aid? You put. That'd be good for covering up the poison taste.
I will make some.
Imagine out of all the forgeable things, rhubarb probably tastes the most like poison. I guess
we could go straight to.
Look, I feel like I could.
What if a poison mushroom tastes like the best thing of all time? What if it like you went out on top, like you had ecstasy? Would you, if there was a mushroom out there, it tasted like you were coming? It tasted so good that you came in your pants.
You were coming.
Like everybody was coming.
Ryan was coming.
Like the whole universe was coming in one moment, and then you just died a terrible death. Would you eat it?
I would save it, and then I'd wait till next
year.
You can't. My 77th birthday,
and then put it in Elliott's hot dog. No, I don't. I prefer. Yeah, I wouldn't die. If it was like maybe if you shit for a week, it's I guess that's like ayahuasca.
But that's also a fair trade. Like I think anyone who's lactose intolerant, I've been like, yeah, but you would have nachos still, right? And then just put up with the outcome, the literal outcome the next day. But I have had people say, no, I'd feel awful. It's not, no matter how good nachos taste.
Like if somebody accidentally brought me nachos, I would still eat them.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Yeah, I can't really do the deep. So
God. How did I end up here with one guy lactose intolerant and the other guy with a gluten intolerance?
No, I'm also lactose intolerant. So.
Oh my God.
I can't eat anything. Darren, I'm surprised you're not lactose intolerant. Like looking at you, you look like the homeboy for lactose intolerance. Like you're the main. You started the club
don't
on
eat
Facebook.
That dairy.
My theory is that people of Darren's generation and above there's no lactose intolerant people because it's supposed to hurt. Like that's what dairy does. Don't be a pussy.
It's just exactly. You
Lemon
get up.
squares. What the fuck are those?
You have a bowl of cereal in the morning, and then you have diarrhea all day. It's fine. That's what you.
Just old man bloody diarrhea shits, and it's like that's what it's supposed to be like.
We're trying to fix the problem. We'll just cover it up with more dairy.
Yeah, probably not colon cancer.
You're not supposed to eat Imodium every day, all day. That's part of my vitamin C, a multi, Imodium.
Gaviscon.
Don't you dare talk about my ass.
You have a cocktail mixed with Gaviscon and Pepto-Bismol. It's just, and then you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's just, you feel terrible, but that's how you think you're supposed to feel.
It's not wrong. That's not wrong.
That's my theory. Why older people don't have anxiety or any tolerance or dairy allergies or depression. It's just
peanut allergies. You lost a friend to peanut.
Like it's horrible.
There is that thing. I get shit all the time. This could be problematic, but I could, because I go, my kids will say something to me about having like anxiety or not feeling great, and I'm like, yeah, and then that thing that's giving you anxiety, you get over it, you go and do that thing and fucking man up. And they're like, that's not sensitive nor.
It wasn't a problem when we didn't have a word for it.
That's right. And I'm sort of coming around, like I'm like, okay, I have to be a better person, accept the fact that like anxiety and autism are real things and not just made up ailments.
Well, good for you for growing. That's
did you oh, never mind. I was gonna say, didn't you have kids who could? No.
Yeah, better not.
Just no.
I'm saying, like, what's that Tom Cruise movie?
Rain Man.
Rain Man. Yeah, that was your generation. That guy was
all
autistic.
That's when we were like, oh, autism people are magic. And
it went from they don't exist, they're like a leprechaun to, oh, they actually can get us a pot of gold at the casino.
Yeah, that was exactly, that movie definitely brought it into the awareness. Like there was not, prior to whenever that movie came out in 87 or 88, at least not that we were aware of, was autism. But then of course afterwards, like you realize afterwards, you're like, the spectrum of autism is huge, but you're like, not all of them. That movie did a disservice because it was like, oh, they can play music or count toothpicks or do it, and it's like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, it's not as
that's a bad.
No,
you don't get to hang out with Tom Cruise all the time,
which would be awesome.
It would be awesome. Would it though?
I like Tom Cruise. I think
he's an intense person.
Did we not talk about Tom Cruise's? Maybe we should call this the Tom Cruise podcast, The Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna bring it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think I like Tom Cruise because he's like the.
Do you want to know why? You want to know why I lied, Nash? Because I didn't have a movie. Okay, you said let's do 20 questions. I didn't have a movie in my head. Okay, so I was just.
The whole thing was a lie. Your dad doesn't watch that movie?
Yes, he does, but I couldn't think of a movie at the beginning. I didn't think of that movie until the very end, and I'm like, you said Edge of Tomorrow, and I was like, yeah, he does do that one.
Yeah, but it's not an action movie. It is full action for 77 of 81 minutes.
So you lied there because you lied later, and that's supposed to make me feel better?
I didn't lie later. Edge of Tomorrow is a movie he watches over and over again. Okay, but I didn't have that movie in my head. I couldn't think of a movie. I was trying to think of a movie on the fly, and nothing was coming to me.
My dad watches the same movie every fucking day.
I don't think we'll ever be able to trust Elyott again.
Yeah. So much for our great leader.
Trust back.
I have some Kool-Aid. Does anybody want any Kool-Aid? I'm gonna go get some Kool-Aid.
Rhubarb Kool-Aid?
Dude, I'll drink that Kool-Aid. I'll drink both your Kool-Aid. I'll take Darren's too. Sorry, what were we talking about before Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Darren being old.
Sorry.
Autism.
No, but even before that, more foraging. We're back to foraging. Welcome back to foraging.
Can we have a new topic? Anybody have a new topic?
Can I just say I believe I could survive in the woods indefinitely on my own through ingenuity, my
making lemon squares,
foraging skills, and building traps.
You mean like you'll die and you'll survive in the hearts of us all?
Darren, there's no way you survive. There's no way.
Okay, what do you get? Do you get, let's say you get 3 items and an outfit.
Okay.
And the outfit cannot have any items on it. Okay, what do you okay, so you're obviously gonna get a jacket, a good hat, some waterproof boots.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 items. And then we helicopter you, we take a plane.
This is like my fantasy.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. You get on a plane that like a Cessna, like a smaller plane, which the pilot will drive. You both get parachutes. The pilot will then at a safe distance jump out of the plane, and then you will fly that plane until it runs out of gas, and you yourself will jump out of this plane. Okay. You get 3 things. You can use the parachute if you want. The parachute doesn't count, but you get the parachute for survival. Okay, you get 3 things. Go.
Okay, perfect.
It's a gimme.
Fish hooks.
Okay, you get fish. Okay, we're back to the problems with plural things.
Fish hook guy.
Hooks. Oh, it's a container. He gets a container. He can have a container of fish hooks.
Okay, container.
No, we can't have containers of things.
No, it's just one container. It's like a small one.
A container
I'll give
of
it to
food. A giant.
A pack of 5 fish hooks. I will compromise on that. You get a pack of 5 fish hooks.
Fish hooks. I don't need string because I got parachute string.
That's too big, but
I don't need fish hooks because I got parachute string, people.
So fish hooks. I need a pot. Something to just some pot to smoke. No, I need a pot to carry water in. And then a knife. No, an axe. An axe that can also double as a knife. I will survive forever. Robinson Crusoe, Gilligan's Island.
I need like a pot to I'll put water in, and then like a knife. No, an axe. Okay.
And Nash, what would you get?
Oh my God, I would bring.
You're flying down, and you're like, oh, thank God I brought.
There's like toothpaste.
See, the key is you don't bring fish hooks. You bring stuff to make fish
hooks
with.
Thigh cream.
You're not even around water. You have no idea if you're even around water for these fish hooks.
I'm gonna catch rainwater.
Fishing is the easiest. Hunting fish is the easiest thing to catch. Like you wouldn't be able to catch a deer, so that is smart. I give you that one. You would never be able to catch like a bunny. Fish is the only dumbest things that you could possibly catch.
Yeah, I guess you could jump out like battle royale style around a lake. You don't know if there's the strategic jump. I don't know if you don't know if there's gonna be fish in there. You know, there's no guarantee.
I think probably there's gonna be fish in there. If not, maybe frogs, eels, mermaids, something.
Okay, we're banking on the mermaid meat. Okay. So yeah, okay, that's okay. A pot.
What are you gonna take then? Come on.
Yeah, well, I think you take a.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take my asthma inhaler.
My gluten-free rice flour. Shit, what was that? That sounded a bit expensive.
Nothing.
Is that your pack of Smarties? Okay, yeah, I would bring a hatchet.
My vitamin C.
And then I would bring. Oh shit! Like a good tarp. And
that's good. Good call.
Oh no, I got the parachutes aren't waterproof, are they? No.
Be pretty close.
Yeah, you can put
that'll be helpful in the wild.
You can put
closely waterproof.
Tree sap on it, make it waterproof. Already, boom, thinking outside the box. Survival mode.
Or just tree
sap with your.
You're gonna have the stickiest hands of all time. You're gonna be trying to catch fish, just like.
You just discovered me in the woods with my hand stuck to my dick.
Your hands.
How did he die?
You have all 5 fish hooks on your fingers.
And then I find some sort of block that I could use to make sparks with, and also sharpen the hatchet.
Oh, fire! I forgot fire.
You mean
What are you gonna do with that pot, Darren?
Oh, God.
a flintlock?
All right,
I don't know
Elyott.
if you can sharpen an axe with that, but maybe you can use it to sharpen this.
Okay, if I'm going out into the woods, okay, and I'm going down in the plain. Okay, this is what I'm gonna bring. Okay, glow sticks, MDMA, and mushrooms. I'm going out. I know I'm not gonna survive. I'm just gonna go out in a blaze of glory. Fucking just take some tabs. Just me dancing in the woods. If a plane above me sees the glow of my fucking disco rave in the forest, maybe I'll get saved. That's my only chance. I'm going
So you're
out.
going out in a bang, 5 days from exposure, 5 days after the mushrooms wear off.
In a crippling amount of pain. I do like that drone pan across the mountaintop of Elyott with his glow sticks and his giant pants. Just doing the running man on top.
But they're just
that.
regular pants, but they look giant on Elyott. Just so we just for the record. So
A part of me is the pilot's pants. He's like, here, take them. I'm like, they're 38s. I can't wear that. I just don't. A part of me thinks I could survive, but then like reality sets in, and I'm like, there's no way I could survive. Like I've thought about it. I've tried to write books about how to survive in the woods, like just like a novel, right? Where the people have to. It's a post-apocalyptic, and they're surviving with no resources, and I'm like, it's very difficult. I don't know how my characters in this novel are going to survive. How would I survive? I can make it up. I can make a deer go in front of them.
You watch the television program Alone and Bear Grylls. Survival taken care of.
And you're just drinking your own pee. I'm surviving.
I do that anyway, but just
yeah,
give me
it's
an
tricky.
excuse.
Part of me would be like, it'd be nice to lose 15, 20 pounds.
You just have to walk,
part of me
Nash.
is like, then another part of me is like, no, there'd be nobody around to see it.
You're like, don't rescue me yet. I've still got another 5 pounds to go. Don't
I could get
me.
a good month or two off of each thigh, and then
I did a 3-day hike, and that moment you started smelling like you started smelling like it was like a pub. You could smell a pub as you're walking up. You knew you're getting closer to a city, and you could just smell the grease in the air, and you're like, it's kind of gross, but like you knew that meant civilization, and the relief of you coming and seeing like this pub was amazing. And like I couldn't imagine like spending 3 months in the woods. You're lost, and then you come up over a ridge and you just see a lights of a city down there. You'd be like, oh fuck yes. And then you die right there.
2 coworkers who do like big 10-day hikes, and they come back. They're in really good shape, and they come back shredded, just shredded, because all they do is eat. Everything's packed specifically, and it's so meticulously planned out.
It's like West Coast Trail stuff.
No, they'll go up island and do some obscure
Heidegger.
I don't know if mountains can be obscure, but
the most.
It's got like a bucket hat on and like a fanny pack.
You can't see me.
Oh, I was soaring heights before. It was cool. I'm very obscure, yes.
I'm not a mountain. I'm just like a little hill.
I'm just a hidden hill, really, more like it.
I'm snow-capped, but that's okay.
You've probably never heard of me.
You get there first.
I'm Everest. I'm Everest. But you probably never heard of me.
It's smoking.
Yeah,
you know what? We should do that. Why don't we?
That sounds like
why don't we throw Darren out of an airplane and see what happens?
It's the only way our podcast would ever get popular.
I'm ready.
We lost a member of our podcast. We replaced him pretty quickly, but we will always remember him.
I ate all my lemon squares in the first day, and then
looking around for pumpkins. I just want to make a pumpkin pie.
Maybe that's your way of cold turkey. Is cold turkey, you just go in the woods and you hike back.
Hard reset, some perspective. That sounds nice.
But
I'd be so helpless in the apocalypse because there's no way. I don't even know how to make a pumpkin pie, let alone like process. There's so many things that just be
processed cheese.
Yeah.
I do think there's a there is the West Coast Trail. They do a running event on the West. Like usually people hike the West Coast Trail in like 5 to 10 days. They do a running event.
3 days.
Or 3 days, but they do a running event.
He's talking from the perspective of somebody who lives in Sydney.
It's 5 days with your walker.
It's 5 to forever, because sometimes you might not come back.
Well, when I was panning for gold, it took me 6 months.
I do it in 10 legs. 10 legs, 1 leg a year. 3K.
72 fortnights.
10 legs and 3 hips later, Darren will get it done.
Go ahead, Darren.
Go ahead. You fucking idiot.
They were gonna say they run it and they have to complete it in under 24 hours.
Don't point that at me. Don't point that recorder at me. Sorry, they do it in how long?
And under 24 hours. They legit run it.
The cool thing about running though is it's very different because you're not having your heavy backpack. Like people who run the Wanda Fuca one, you can run that pretty easily in a day, or it takes you like 2 days to camp it. But if you just run, because you don't have any equipment, you just run until you get to the end, and then
you just have some Nature Valley bars, and that's it.
Some in your pocket.
Yeah, Nature Valley. Nothing just because they put nature on it doesn't mean you have to eat it in the woods.
They colored it green. It's from the woods.
Yeah, but after my my 3-day hike on the Sunshine Coast, it was breathtaking. It was beautiful, you know. And you just going through these ferns, these areas, and you come into these clearings, and it's like, wow, I feel so connected with like God, nature, humanity. And then when I got to the end, I ate like a burger and 2 beers, and then I just went comatose. I was just like, I've never been that tired in my life, but I had 2 beers and I just couldn't move. I couldn't sleep. Because I had gluten and I'm gluten intolerant. So I was just like, had itchy, but like, I was just like in this weird comatose, just sitting there like, I can't move.
Every time I go on a hike, within half an hour, I realize that being in the Lord of the Rings would be 0 fun. I wouldn't, I'd put on that ring in a second and be like, can you come pick me up? Thank you. Cool.
Did you eat gluten? Did you think the 3 days in the woods had cleared your gluten allergy, Elyott?
No, I just didn't care at that point.
Okay. That's so
it was like in a small town. They don't have gluten-free buns. They don't like shipping in. Oh, we know this. We know some city folks are coming in.
They must get a lot of your kind out there. I'm just saying, you know.
They should adapt.
Trail. Yes.
Yep. Well, on that note,
just killed all the momentum. Sorry, guys.
How long have we been going?
3.5
Enough
hours.
time?
Enough time.
Well, do you want to lead us out, Nash?
No, I could never step on your toes, sir.
Is it okay? Can I?
Yeah, let's let Darren, instead of in this special episode, in tribute to our great superior leader, Elyott, in lieu of a wonderful verbal intro, Darren will play a song in tribute and as musical outro to the Ill-Informers podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Praise be to Elyott, the great leader. Darren,
thank you.
Take it away. You don't salute, you're the leader.
Can't hear the recorder, Darren.
Darren, as a friend, I'm gonna say, kill yourself.
What? Was that not good? I've been practicing all fucking.
That's probably as good as your lemon loaf.
Lemon square.
Sorry, lemon squares. That was like a casserole in a song. Bye, guys.
Song.